In high school, they had a peer counseling program that I was interested in because I was always there for my friends and listening to, their problems, and I just wanted to know how can I better serve them. And I was very interested in, doing counseling. So I took it upon myself that I would definitely go in that direction and try to think about how I can serve my peers, and I did the peer counseling program. That turned out to be successful. That pretty much geared me into the direction of my career I have right now as an adoption caseworker. So I pretty much went from peer counseling to know that in college I wanted to do social work. When I graduated, I wound up landing a job over at Parsons Child Development Center, and that was for a prevention program. 18 months there, I just, had an opportunity to work for the county, and I was approached, and I took that opportunity, and I landed a job as a foster care caseworker / long-term. And at that point, I got to really work with either reunifying the child with the parent, or because of ASFA laws, I had 15 out of 22 months to get that child free for adoption. 3 years doing foster care, I realized that my passion was more toward the adoption, and I felt that was a very rewarding job and experience to see those children finally have permanency in loving homes without the abuse and the neglect and the maltreatment. And I've been doing that for the last 7 years. As an adoption caseworker, I work really with the child at that point and the pre-adoptive families. We're pretty much at that point of the case removed from the birth parents, but from having the experience doing foster care, I can only tell you that you can't be prejudgmental, and you can't take this job personally. It's not about you. It's about the families, and you got to work with where the client's at. Unfortunately, they're all human, and they do make mistakes. Children are vulnerable, so they're going to be the victim, but a lot of times these parents are victims as well. I'm just motivated. I'm motivated because I don't come in there with my own agenda. It's the case, meaning the child, not the name, but the person that wheels me right into their lives. I'm weaved into their lives to be a part of an amazing, beautiful story, ending of a story, to have a finalization with a family that they've grown with, that they know that they loved, and they know that they're going to be accepted. And I just feel that when I see these children and I see their face and I meet with the families, it just gives me such hope that there is a family for every child to be adopted. Well, a typical day is no typical day. There's no typical day. I can plan the day before what I would like to do, but you have to be flexible, and you have to be able to be very versatile. And I'm pretty much, whatever needs to be done on that day is what I'm going to focus on. You have to prioritize. You have to be an organized person. So I put out the crises. I meet the needs of those who need me right now. That could be court. That could be a phone call coming in. That could be some papers that's being filed. That could be some faxes that's coming in. We don't really know what the day is going to be every day, but because I'm such an organized person, and I think that most people that do casework, that's a skill that's going to be required so that you could stay focused. You just have to pretty much know how to prioritize, I would say. I would put it that way again, because if you have someone that has to have surgery versus someone that has to have a permanency plan hearing filed, well, you're going to deal with the person that needs the surgery first and then plan out your day on a day and pick a day that you'll do your paperwork. So I answer my phone calls, I check my emails right away, because anything could happen within the last 24 hours, especially like I'm here doing this interview right now. I'll go downstairs, check my voicemail, I'll check my emails, I'll check my mailbox. I pretty much would like to look at a case. If I get an assigned case, I open it up. I look at the checklist to see what's there that I need to file the case. I reach out to the foster families. I make an email and phone call out to the foster care caseworker at the voluntary agencies. I let myself be known that I'm here. And I think that the presence and the communication, a lot of times we get caught up with the emails and stuff like that. But you know, you got to sometimes stick back to the old school. Pick up that phone and let them know that you're here. What do you need? What's going on? And you would just start your day that way. My supervisor may come in and say that something's up. Can you do this or do that? You just have to be open and say, okay, I can do that. But you have to think about what she doesn't know, what you already have on your plate, which is, okay, how do I shift this around? So you have to be very flexible. You're not here to be liked. I tell people that all the time. I'm not here to be your friend. I work for these kids. And it's always about them. Everything that I do, everything that I'm motivated, what pushes me is their welfare. When I come to work, I love coming here. On a day off, I want to be at work. And that's because I lose a day, and I know that a day that I'm losing is another day that that child doesn't have permanency. So I really, really would love to see every child have permanency in a loving home with an adoptive family that's going to love them unconditionally. And that's why I come in every day. And you have to have that self-motivation. You have to be self-driven. Children that have been in care for many years, 16, 12 years. I've had children that I finalized adoptions that were 20 years old, 17 years old. Age is nothing but a number. Okay, no matter how old you are, you want to know where you're going to have Thanksgiving, where you're going to have Christmas, when you graduate college or high school, who's going to be there for you? Who are you going to call mom or dad, or just mom or dad? I always say that the children that, I won't say people gave up on them, but they're skeptic. Will you be able to really find a home for this child? She's been hospitalized so many times, or she's medicated, her behaviors, her emotional disturbance. You know what? Behind that diagnosis is still a child. I would say that I love a challenge. And when someone tells me no, I say yes. I'm going to find an answer. That even makes it worse. Tell me no, I'll prove you wrong. And that's just what it is. Because I don't take no for an answer. You cannot be a caseworker and take no for an answer. I'm going to find one.